Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at the Xiaomi Mi 6. And this is not my unit, this is Amit Bhavani's unit. As you can see, he imported it from Chinese, so just listed stuff in Chinese. And this is the 128GB variant. The Mi 6 comes in 64GB storage and 128GB storage, but both of them come with 6GB of RAM. So let's quickly open this up and have a first look. And as you can see, we get the handset itself, and a case is also given. As you can see, it's a TPU case that you get. So this is the handset, and first impressions, it feels actually pretty dense for sort of heavy or dense, you could say, for a 5.15-inch screen device. And this one is also having that dual camera setup. It's a 12-megapixel dual camera, and we also have a LED dual tone flash. And this is back is actually glass, so it's sort of slippery, hence I guess they're bundling this case with the same. So let's keep this handset again in black. It looks really cool because the entire thing actually looks black, but again, as this is glass, this can be sort of a fingerprint magnet. Let's keep this to the side and let's see what else do we get. And we get the SIM ejector tool, some manual and stuff, but again, as I've mentioned, this is in Chinese because Amit actually imported this from China, as this phone is not yet sold in India, and Xiaomi India is not mentioning if this phone will launch in India or not. So you get the USB Type-C cable in this one, so that's what we are getting. And we also get a USB to headphone adapter in this because this one does not have the headphone jack, just like the iPhone 7. So this is the power brick that you're going to get, and this is a fast charger supporting Qualcomm quick charge version 3. So that's what we get. So let me keep this box to the side and let's have a closer look at the handset. And I'll also compare it with the OnePlus 5 later on because I've been using the OnePlus 5. But let's go over the physical overview. On the top, we have a secondary noise cancellation microphone, and we also have an IR blaster. So IR blaster is still there with this device. On this end, we have the volume rockers and the power on off pattern. Again, as I've told you, in this black, it looks actually pretty cool. A jet black it is. On the bottom, we have the speaker and the USB Type-C port. And this one is supposed to have a dual speaker setup. We'll check that later on. And on this end, we have the SIM slot. So it's a dual SIM nano. Again, like many of the Xiaomi high-end phones, this does not support a SD card. So you have to be aware of that. And moving to the camera, dual camera, as I've mentioned. So let's, and we have the fingerprint sensor over here, and it also supports NFC. So let's try to power it on. So this is the first boot, and by the time it actually boots up, let me give you a configuration overview. The Xiaomi Mi 6 is powered by the Snapdragon 835 chipset, which is an octa-core processor. It comes with 6GB of RAM. Regarding storage, it comes with 64 or 128GB of storage. It has the Adreno 540 GPU, a 5.15 1080p IPS LCD screen. It has an IR blaster, NFC. Moving to the camera, it has a dual 12-megapixel rear-facing camera, 8-megapixel front-facing camera, and the battery is sealed inside, which is a 3350 mAh battery. So I've just finished booting up this device. Again, if you have used any Xiaomi device, it's similar to that, running on MIUI. And bottom, we have two touch type capacitive button. As you can see, it comes with 6GB of RAM, and we're getting about 4.1GB of RAM that is free out of that. We'll also look at the storage. So we have this and the fingerprint scanner. Let's look at the fingerprint scanner. So this is the fingerprint scanner. I've already set it up, and as you can see, very responsive. So the fingerprint scanner is actually really good on this one. And again, standard MIUI that you're getting. Let's just go down again, toggle standard MIUI stuff that you will see. And if we go to about the phone, as you can see, it's having that Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 chipset clocked at 2.45 GHz, 6GB of RAM. And out of that 128 gigabytes, as you can see, this one is having space free, that is 117 GB. So that's nice, because if I recall, I'm not very sure, the OnePlus 5 128 gigabyte variant, though it comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM, you just get about 112 gigabytes of space on that one. So that's regarding that. Let's just go back. So again, standard MIUI stuff that you're going to get on this home button and other stuff. Again, it's a high-end device, so it will have all the sensors. You don't have to worry about that. Compass, gyroscope, and all that good stuff. So let's do one thing. Let's just log into the YouTube. I'm pretty curious to see how good is the speaker on this one. Let's just search my own channel. And in terms of responsiveness, the phone will be pretty responsive, but I don't like the fact that this one does not have the headphone jack. So you have to use the Bluetooth speakers or that adapter that you get if you want to use a 3.5mm headphone jack. So that's one thing that I actually don't like on this one. For example, let's just fire up this GeoGiga fiber video and let's see the audio.
Hi guys, this is Ranjit and I have this
so yeah,
box. This is the GeoFiber router that we have.
Let's just go back. So the speakers, yes, it's a dual speaker. One speaker is here at the bottom, and the earpiece is also acting like a speaker. But again, let me play that. If you notice, it's not very loud.
Hi guys, this is Ranjit and
slightly from here, slightly for you. So definitely gives you that stereo experience, but it's just in terms of loudness, if you were expecting it to be very loud, that's not the case. It's good enough. And again, the biggest thing about this device, again, the OnePlus also has done that, is regarding the camera. This one also has the dual facing camera. And in fact, I had tested this phone. We took some snaps along with the OnePlus 5. I also had the OnePlus 5, and yes, the camera is good enough, but again, in some of the areas the OnePlus 5 was doing a better job. Let's see with the security updates if Xiaomi can fix the camera quality. And one another thing I've noticed immediately, as I've mentioned, I was using the OnePlus 5 earlier. Obviously the OnePlus 5 has AMOLED screen, but the OnePlus 5, though it's having a bigger screen, 5.5-inch screen, is lighter to hold. The OnePlus 5 weighs 153 grams, whereas this Mi 6 is 168 grams. So definitely feels a little bit hefty for a 5.15-inch screen. But let's fire up the camera. Let me show you the interface. It's actually very similar to what we saw with the OnePlus 5. This is the standard. Let me bring some objects nearby to give you an idea. So this is the standard 1x. If you just tap in, it goes to the 2x zoom. So this is almost exactly what the OnePlus 5 is also doing. So this is 1x regular. If you tap in, it goes to the 2x. And you also have that blur background effect. By default, it goes to the 2x if you noticed. And now if I take a snap, it's going to blur the background. I'm just going to allow that. And here is the snap. Let's just agree. So as you can see, you get that background blur. Let me actually, and by default, it shows you that it's shot by Mi 6. You can disable this in settings if you don't like that. But let me actually show you some of the sample shots that I've shot with this Mi 6. So as you can see, it takes some decent snaps, and you also get that portrait bokeh effect. That option is there. And yes, obviously 2x zoom is nice if you want to zoom in. But again, I had also taken some snaps with this OnePlus 5. And if you compare it closely, the OnePlus 5 pictures were actually much clearer, I would say. Again, the implementation is a little bit different. This one is having that 12 megapixel dual camera, whereas on this, again, it's a dual camera. Both of them are 12 megapixel. On the OnePlus 5, the one is 16 megapixel and the other is 20 megapixel. So again, if you guys really want, I can do a camera comparison between these two devices. So guys, that's it for now for this very quick look at the Xiaomi Mi 6. And what do you think about the Xiaomi Mi 6? And do you think Xiaomi will bring it in India? Because as as of now, I have asked Xiaomi India officials a couple of times about the Mi 6 and I'm not getting any answers. So again guys, do let me know in the comment section what do you feel about the Xiaomi Mi 6, and if you have any other specific questions regarding the Xiaomi Mi 6, do post your questions in the YouTube comment section below and I'll try to include them in my next video. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video.